Rundown May 2nd, being brought to you by SeatGeek. SeatGeek. Any tickets you need, you want to go to the Islanders game, which is tomorrow. It seems like it should be today, but it's tomorrow. They aggregate the best ticket prices. I think I'm going to Yankees, Red Sox Sunday night. So, Dan, you get season tickets. You don't need it. Any tickets you need, they aggregate the best tickets, the best prices. You never get screwed. SeatGeek sponsors everything we do, so you should sponsor them. Use the code RUNDOWN. You get $20 off your first ticket price. So it's in the bottom of the app. You go, it's like, how'd you hear about it? You say Rundown. That's what you say. You say you heard about the Rundown. They give you a $20 rebate. SeatGeek, I love them. First up, before we get into the stuff, we got Nate Dogg.
Now Nate got the freaks, and that's a known fact.
So, late breaking news. It's sort of silent, but you're in some Maryland poker tournament, and you know the hotline starts heating up towards late at night. Nate's got the freaks, and that's a known fact. He's making a run at the crown here. 30 grand, first place. You were, at one point, it looked like the chip leader. Then you're in the final table, 10 people left. It's going all hours of the night, by the way. Yeah. It looked like you were comfortably in second at one point. There were no updates. You weren't doing a very good job of letting people actually know what the fuck was going on. And next thing you know, you submitted, you rolled over like a dog, let him pet your belly, and chopped a 4-way finale. So give us why weren't you updating people? Were you not allowed to? And why were you such a pussy that you just tapped out and were like, okay, I'll come in fourth willingly, which, by the way, is such a soft move.
Okay, now I'll talk.
Yeah.
I had the chip lead for a lot of day two. So day one, I played on Friday night, and I bagged a lot of chips. Then day two was yesterday, played down to the final table. At the final table, I came in second out of 10, I guess we combined at 10. Second out of 10, had comfortably, as you said, until four-handed, ran really bad four-handed. And then at that time, everybody just wanted to chop it up and go home. So I shouldn't have gotten as much as I got. I got fourth place money. I was in fourth out of 4, and everybody had double or triple the chips as me, and I got more than third place money. So I'm pretty happy about that. And all in all, I had a good time. The updates, I wasn't there to entertain you. I was there to make money because I care more about making 30 grand than updating you.
In your job?
What's that?
In your job?
My job, or to make 30 grand. I don't know if my job is to tweet to entertain. My job is not to tweet to entertain Dave at midnight. That's not
content.
I'm going to tell you, you said two things that say a lot about you, Nate.
Go ahead.
One, you said everyone wanted to go home, so you acquiesced. That means you should have a mental advantage right then. Everyone wants to go home. That's when, if that was me, that's when I'm at the top of my game. I know people. I know people want to go home. I'm going to drag this out, and then I am gonna.
You don't
can't talk over me. I'll just keep talking, and we'll just keep talking over each other, and nobody can hear anything till you get quiet.
Go ahead.
That's when you should have gotten them. That's when you should have taken out your sword and sharpened it, and you should have gotten mentally tough. Instead, you got mentally weak. No, you played for third place. It stinks. But that's not even the bigger point here. 30 grand, you're playing for Nate, you haven't figured it out yet. If you can put out the content and make yourself like this great blogger, you're at a wealth. You had people finally being like, I want to know what Nate's doing. The one time in a decade, people's like, I need to know what Nate's doing. You don't give them what they want. You're doing Nate at night and all these crazy things you want to be. You had it. And you concentrated on such a simple short-term outlook to be like, oh, I was concentrating on winning this tournament. Nate, 30 grand. Nate, maybe I give you that as a bonus if you turn this into a good night. It's such a short-term outlook. It just summed up your whole sorry existence here at Notre Dame.
No, you're ridiculous. I'm sitting there under pressure trying to win a poker tournament Like, I need to be focused. I'm not playing checkers with your grandma. I'm focusing on winning the money. Like, I don't want to be sitting there reading 1,000 mentions when have to fucking focus. This is the dumbest argument I have ever heard in my life.
No, you missed the whole
I'm not
point.
playing for fun. This isn't for fun. This is to make money.
Well, as we know,
Fucking game.
Nate needs to focus. He needs peace and quiet to focus on the task at hand.
Someone was
So-
vacuuming. I yelled at the Mexican lady to stop vacuuming another table. I need my quiet. I'm not making haha jokes with 30K on the line.
30 again, you're not getting the bigger picture.
Okay, Dave, I don't bet 30K on afternoon baseball games. That's like my yearly salary that you pay me. I have to focus.
But Nate, that's my point. When interesting Nate comes out to play, if you don't share him with our world, you're always going to be a minimum wage guy.
I'll always have no money if I'm making haha jokes when there's real money on the line.
Have you not gotten the connection of
Dave,
what I'm saying?
I understand what you're saying. I'd rather focus and give 100% than give 50%, give 70%.
I still don't think you understand it, Nate. Are you going to be?
I'm not stupid. Of course I understand.
Nate, are you going to be a professional blogger for your life or a professional poker player? Just answer that.
I'm a blogger.
Okay, so there you go.
Okay, but
blog never sleeps. That's
okay.
That's
So
the point.
if there's ever a blog off for 30 grand, I'll give 100% to the blog off.
Dave is literally telling you that if you blog this kind of stuff, he would probably give you more than that in a bonus at the end of the year.
Okay, well, you should have told me that before, I guess.
No, it's
about that. It's about making yourself indispensable. This is the first time since you've worked here where there was a large amount of people who were like, I need more Nate updates, including myself, and you didn't give any. I went to sleep. I went to bed. You put me to sleep.
And I was
like, I'm not going to wait here like a fucking pigeon for 1 hour and get one update.
Dave,
I thought you were going to
saying.
say you couldn't do it, but you saying you had to concentrate, I get 30 grand, you're playing for it. I'm just saying that's how you build yourself. When you call me up, how do I make more money? You know how you make more money? You know how you become more valuable? When we have moments like this when people's like, I need more Nate, I need more Nate, I need more Nate, but you got to give it to them.
There's only, first of all, it's live poker. It's very slow. We were there until 2:30 in the morning.
Exactly.
Nothing happened. Nothing happened. Like, you're acting like so much happens. Nothing happens. I updated when someone.
We want to hear from you. We wanted to hear from you.
I understand that. I updated when something happened. I said, I got aces, he had queens, he lost. There's not much to update. 1, 2, I'm trying to focus. 3, I'm just trying to do the best I can to make the money when it's on the line. Plus, the kid who finished 7th had a piece of me, so he didn't want me doing knock-knock jokes either.
Nate, exactly. You get in these people's heads, you rattle them. You know what I'm going to do? I'm seriously considering this, and I hate myself for it. I think I'm going to go to Aruba and play in this tournament against you. And I'm going to try to.
I'm going to try to get views.
Nate, you're so weak. All I'll have to do is talk, and you'll get so flustered. Like, by the way, what was that line that the guy reported? Did you guys see this when Nate went all in and you flipped your cards? Like, oh, I thought I had 10-7. You had 10-2. Is that your concentration level? What happened there?
Dave, you believe everything you read? You believe everything a poker player tells you? Come to Aruba. I would love for you to come to Aruba, Dave.
That was just a lie? Are you saying that was a lie?
Do you want to hand me the money now, or do you want to wait till we're in? Wait, do you want to wait till we're in Aruba, or just hand me the money now?
Was that a lie?
Yes, of course it's a lie. I got caught bluffing, so I made something up. Like, come on, Dave.
Oh, but you said it. You said it.
Yeah, so the table. Yeah, of course. Come on, Dave.
10-7 versus 10-2. What was the difference?
Because there was a 10 on the turn, so it would have given me 2 pair instead of the bottom pair that I actually had, and I still got it in good.
All right. All right, Nate Dogg.
That's how you final table, and that's how you make money, Dave. Come to Aruba.
No, it's not how you final table.
Please, Dave, come to Aruba.
I think I may, Nate.
All you're going to do is be like, look how nice my view is. Look how nice my suite is. Could care less about your suite, Dave.
Bro, oh my God. This is, Nate, this is just so you, Nate. Like, you have such a golden opportunity, and then you come on the rundown and talk down to everyone about poker.
Isn't that what we're talking about? Dave's belittling me about it. What do you want me to do?
I actually am pretty confident I would beat you in poker, Nate. Not because I know the math and stuff. I am mentally that much stronger than you.
We needed someone to have a periscope on you at all times.
Yeah, I asked about that. Like, you can't. I guess that has to be approved because you can't really film in casinos, so they have to do some. I don't know what it is, but I asked the guy about it.
All right. Bye, Nate.
Goodbye.
I'll see you in Aruba.
Loved it.
He still doesn't get it. Still doesn't get it. Draft.
Something else.
I mean, I get
Nate
it.
Dogg is the most fascinating character in Barstool history until he opens his mouth.
And then you want no more of him. Everyone's like, "Oh, I want more Nate. I want more Nate." And then you get more Nate. And you're like, "Never mind. I don't want any Nate."
Now he's fucking talking down to me about poker and how to bluff. I'm like, nope. I asked for too much, Nate.
I don't mind the talk down, but I do mind like the guy's so desperate to create these niches, and it's like you had it. You can't. I know what he's saying. He's playing for all this money, but then he's like, it's so slow. So just fucking give us something to work with. Draft. We haven't talked about Tunsil. We haven't talked about really any of it because Thursday night was the first draft. So Dan, it was in your city. You were there. What do you got on the draft? Anything you want to go Tunsil? You want to go Goodell? You want to go Falk? You want to go anything you want?
I mean, it was the Tunsil draft. It will forever be the Tunsil draft. He kind of stole the show from our boy Jared Goff. I don't think anyone, when you look back, will remember basically any picks from this draft except Tunsil. What else do we have that was memorable? Really, the draft is one of the most overrated things in all of sports. It's talked about endlessly the months leading up to it, and then you do the first round, and after about pick 8 or 9, you're just like, meh. It's a roll call of guys I sort of remember from college.
Yep. And when I went to it, it was one of the worst live events I've ever been to.
Yeah.
When I was supposed to party with Johnny, but that sucked. KFC, what do you got? Anything to add?
Tunsil, I was all about Tunsil. I was pulling for the kid after it turned out his stepdad and the lawsuit and all that shit. But then when he pulled I had an allergic reaction and couldn't go see the media, I was like, all right, this guy's a fucking asshole too. I was rooting for him until he went to the Dolphins until he pulled that stunt.
Well, I mean, he's not pulling anything. He's now just being told what to do. There's no way that was.
Well, that's true. I just feel like I thought he was kind of the victim, and then he played that card, and I thought he was kind of a dick for that.
I mean, if the NFL let him, and by the way, that was the craziest part for how protective the NFL is and how like Goodell will only go do interviews with people who throw him softballs. By the way, Goodell lapping up the booze wanted me to fucking absolutely take his heart.
Also,
He didn't even lap them up. He like asked for them. Nobody was really even booing. It was like he wanted the booze.
Come on, bring it on. There you go. There you go.
Yeah, they're
Also-
booing early.
also Goodell doing like he was wearing like a hoodie the whole second day and like trying to be like, oh man, what a hard night I worked, announcing names on Friday. So tired. I'm just in my casual clothes. That made me want to puke.
The fact they let Tunsil do that interview after the fact for like 20 minutes, that's why it
Insane.
wasn't. Tunsil would, I think, talk till the cows come home. And by the way, I agreed with McShay on that. He totally sold out Mississippi.
Yeah, McShay got kind of like the problem with what McShay said is he works for a media company, so he should never tell someone to not talk because that's like the heart of a media company. But I also agreed with what he was saying that basically you have to grow up and learn that sometimes just shut your mouth.
Right.
That was what McShay was saying, and that's a right point. But you'd understand why ESPN would be like, dude, shut up. Like, we want people to talk because that's the story.
Yeah, they do and they don't. It's hypocritical. But the crazy, I mean, Tunsil, if Tunsil is going to go sign his contract, he dropped, he's a millionaire, fine. He left Mississippi burning. Mississippi
I was reading about it. Mississippi's fine. They can't do anything because they have to go get firsthand interviews of all the parties, and Tunsil doesn't have to do an interview, so he's off. Like, he can say no, I'm in the NFL now. They can talk to the guys who were quoted, and they can just deny. They basically have to do a whole investigation and can't use any of this in their investigation, so they're going to be fine.
I don't know. My history with the NCAA is they don't really care. Like, if they think you did something, they'll just go pull a hole. They'll pull a Goodell, basically. It's what they did with Miami.
How about Goodell, too, just being like, this is why the draft's awesome. You never know what's going to happen.
Who's the Roy Williams guy?
He's right, by the way.
I mean, he's absolutely right. That was the Vince McMahon move right there, being like, this is great for business. Like you said, it's going to be the Tunsil draft. We'll talk about it forever. But, I mean, after doing the Shield and the High and Mighty Act for years, you can't really just say, oh, this was really entertaining, wasn't it?
Goodell, I think, thinks he's a player. Like, he's become, he is now, he's like part of the story. Like, and he's eating it up, and it drives me fucking crazy. Like, what are you shaking your head to?
That's like what you do every day.
Yeah, but I'm a fucking blogger. I'm not supposed to be like, that's like if, I don't know, who do we have behind the scenes? I'm always been a front scenes guy. That's a terrible analogy. Maybe the worst analogy you've ever made.
Top five worst take.
Defensive Davies back.
No,
Sorry, I didn't mean to drill it, but like you.
No, it's just
you
a
think
ridiculous
you're a player
take.
all the time.
It's just a ridiculous take. I am a player, basically. Jags fan. Dan, you had this as a must-watch. Couldn't disagree more.
They say they have the best draft in the entire NFL. Are you surprised to hear that?
Certainly not. The first year we took it to the limit. And I was in Miami with my new beach house. Well, it was a couple minutes from the beach.
It's been 20 years since then. We haven't been too strong in the last few years.
Oh, we've been strong. We're just playing by the rules. You can't have a newcomer come in and steal the show.
Of course. I mean,
no, I have it in my queue. It's in my queue. I had it for like a nice 2:30. I thought it was very funny. I said it's an amazing interview. Must watch. I was like, oh, that's a little aggressive.
Well, first of all, I only use 3 must watches a year. This is my first one. We're in May. So that tells you how important I think a must watch is. I stand by the must watch. This is the most Florida interview you can find. I don't know what she's saying, but every time I watch it, I'm like, she's kind of right. I like, and the beach house, but it's not a beach house. It's close to the beach. And just the last look into the camera that basically stares through our soul. That's a must watch.
KFC, what do you got? This is a big tiebreaker, must watch or not.
Must watch is like scary territory now. Like I opened this up and I was like, I hope this is a must watch. I don't know. It's my thing with must watch is that I feel like it has to be like apply to everyone. Super viral. Everyone who watches it is going to think it's super viral. I don't think that like a football fan, a non-football fan.
I think really. So. She didn't even talk about football. She didn't even talk about football.
It was really fucking funny.
I mean, the numbers don't lie.
Borderline call.
The numbers don't lie. I put it on Instagram and it had like 30,000 views or likes instantly. It's going viral all over the internet. It's way more must watch than a fucking National Geographic alligator eating another alligator.
Well, that's true.
And I know Defensive Davey's going to come out, and obviously he's got to say this is the worst must watch ever. I'll put my must watch here up against any of your must watches this year, and I'll beat the shit out of you.
I'm not defensive. I didn't think it was must watch. I know our producer right now, Hank, didn't think it was must watch, right, Hank?
Technically, no, but I'm not a blogger.
Okay. That was very political.
Here's what I'll say about must watches. I feel like if you didn't put that a must watch on that, Dan, I wouldn't have said this should have been must watched. You know what I mean? Like in a backwards way. If you just blog that, I wouldn't have been like, Dan should have thrown a must watch on this.
Yeah, and I'm not picking
on. I thought everyone needed to watch that because it was that good.
I mean, I blogged it. It's in my queue. I blogged it last night. I did not have the must watch on it. It wasn't my first blog of the day. I agree with you, the beach house thing. I thought it was very funny. I couldn't tell whether shows my mind. I'm like, I thought she was actually taking a shot at the Patriots for a second when she's like, we play by the rules. I'm serious.
I hate this show so much.
Something's wrong with you, man. The fact that you're going to turn that into a Patriots thing is nuts.
So sad.
I don't think it's that crazy.
And everyone just like, oh yeah, Kevin and Dan pick on Dave. Just bring. It's just sad.
You're sad. You're sad.
Sad.
I have that hat.
Sad.
I bought that hat with you, and then you went and recaptured it. Interesting. Commercial break.
What? God, you're the most defensive person I've ever met.
I haven't been defensive at all.
We have like a little disagreement, and it's just like oh, your hat, your shirt, this, you're fat.
I noticed your hat.
Another. God, you're so defensive.
I'll say the shot you took on the stock exchange was
That was me.
was-
I didn't need to do
listen,
that. I apologize.
A bunch of us just came to New York in the middle of Times Square. We have a super fat guy, Dan, who took his shirt off, like super fat.
I put my hand up. I was the first guy in the room who was like, that was over the top.
I'm
Hold
gonna-
on one second. You guys talk about the next subject, that girls softball game, 3-run score, play it second. They think they won district championship. You guys talk about that. I'll be right back.
You finding a hat you bought like 3 years ago?
Yes.
I don't remember what hat you bought 3 years ago that you've never worn, Dave.
I was going to say, I actually, when the rundown started, I saw that hat. I thought to myself, I like that hat. I've never seen that hat before. So in my mind, I don't know when Dave bought it, but it's Dan's hat now. He's
like,
wearing it.
Yeah, it's my hat.
Nice.
It's like you wearing my shirt that you always wear. And this is... So it's the same brand. It's not the same hat.
I bought this with you. I bought this with you in Huntington Beach. That's all.
I don't remember what hat you bought.
Sure. Okay, good.
It's totally different hat.
What?
When you popped back on camera with that stupid hat on, that was fucking great.
What
So,
moving
dude.
on? What?
So
What? I'm not. I like you guys. I'm trying to make this a fun environment.
Hey, I'm good today. I haven't.
I'm good too. You're
You
defensive.
actually
I'm
haven't
good.
been great, Dan.
Well, you've been defensive.
White
Now
House
we're having like defensive off. Now you're being defensive.
Yes,
Everyone's
I've been fine.
White House Correspondents' Dinner. I just have this in here. So Obama's cracking jokes about he hasn't been this high. He's doing all this stuff. I looked at the who's. I don't even get the White House Correspondents. What is the White House Correspondents' Dinner? The sound of it to me is you have to be a White House correspondent. Yet it just seems like the fucking Kardashians are there. And I'm not just saying Kendall Jenner was. What is it? Kev C.
I have no clue. Cannot answer your question there. But it looks like a good time. It looks like everybody who's stuffy and political and White Housey kind of relaxes for a little bit. They're laughing at jokes. I'm sure they're drinking a little bit. So it's like the glitz and glam of the White House, but not everyone's smelling their own farts. I mean, I think Obama's like, I'm on my way out. I'm going to say whatever I want and do whatever I want. He's always funny at those events. I don't care what you think about his politics. When he's giving those speeches and cracking jokes, whether it's the speechwriters or him or a combination, that shit is funny. So we need to get on there. I think that if I think you need to be at the White House Correspondents' Dinner, Dave.
Can you buy ticket? I'm just totally confused. Big Cat.
Well, is it on TV? That's the confusing part. That's where we got to start. Because if it's not, it feels like it's not on TV. So it feels like it just once a year they'll pop up and be like, White House Correspondents' Dinner was so funny this year. Like, where the fuck did you people watch this? Is it on C-SPAN?
Yeah, like, where is even the video footage coming? It's not
right. So I agree. I the whole thing confuses me every single year. Just a bunch of fucking political nerds, and they hire one comedian. He makes a bunch of jokes, and I think the comedian who they hire every single year is like it's 10 years running where it's the funniest thing in the world, and yet no one's watched it.
It's not only that; it was a lot of Hollywood was there too. It was like a red carpet. It almost seems like a Golden Globes environment where you can drink. Yeah, except it's just not on TV. I don't know how. Like, how is Kendall Jenner at the White House?
They were there. Is it at the White House?
Yeah, Kendall Jenner was there.
That's not at the White House though.
That's probably Caitlyn Jenner getting on there for some fucking transsexual thing, and he brought her. You know what I mean?
Also,
but I don't think like you just get there to be if you're a celebrity. I feel like
Rachel McAdams was there. Kendall Jenner was there. I'm telling you, I looked at the red carpet. It was just looked like a Hollywood event.
There's
DJ Khaled.
DJ Khaled.
Oh my god.
The Kardashians are usually around.
Yo, Chernin needs to get you on the red carpet if DJ Khaled's there. Come on.
There's also the Kardashians usually around any like famous black dudes, so that makes sense that they're at the White House.
Speaking of famous people, I'm sure you guys saw Johnny and I became best friends this weekend. It's an interesting the tale of myself and Johnny. I think we're going to Bieber together. He said he's definitely not going to bail this time. I was texting.
He's got no friends, Dave. Of course he's not going to bail.
He's got a lot of friends, Dan. All right, Dan. I thought you were going to come at this much different than you just did. I thought you were going to kind of be feeling around this sneaking around the chicken coop, maybe trying to get an invite to Bieber Fest 2016.
You're the only person in the world who doesn't see how like blatantly awful this whole thing is. Johnny Manziel's life is in the dumpster. He's unemployed. 2 years after he gets drafted, he's a washout, a burnout, drug abuse, alcohol, alleged incidents. He's got no friends. And now he comes back to you after 2 years of ignoring you. And you don't fucking see that is pathetic?
Nope.
Okay.
I will say it is ridiculous. Dave Portnoy, after getting shunned by someone, doesn't just fucking open up his legs and let them come right back in. That's ridiculous. You basically got cheated on and you're like taking him back. That is a little low.
Have some fucking pride, man. Have a backbone. The guy fucking stood you up like 5 times.
I mean,
and you're just like, oh, me and Johnny.
Dave, in the past, people who have like canceled on us, people have blown plans off. Katie Nolan doesn't come on the show, she's dead. Michelle Beadle doesn't come on her show, she's dead. Johnny Football blows you off for like 3 years straight, and now you're ready to go give him a hand job at a Bieber concert. Come on.
Now, first of all, have you seen Katie Nolan's thing in like Times Square or whatever that was? Did you see that tweet she had? She's like she's on a billboard in New York.
Yeah.
Wow.
Now, back to Johnny. Listen, guys, I agree that I tend to do that at times, but Johnny is in his time of need, and I'm one of those guys that I'm not going to be like, oh, when things were going well, I was he's hurting. All right, he's going through some times. We talked it out. We texted for like an hour on.
Wait, what did you
Saturday
text about?
A lot of things, Dan.
You have to tell us.
Why? You're not.
It's content, dude. We just blasted Nate for not doing content. Come on.
No,
content.
I can't.
Give us the
betray
gist.
the trust.
Give us the gist.
Well, we're talking about doing a charity event maybe in Boston before Bieber. It would be.
Does this guy think that like doing a charity event, he's going to be like back like that?
No, he doesn't.
Portnoy?
But Dan, when he's throwing touchdown passes and making incredible plays, I'll be there.
Now, let me ask you this. Let's say the alleged incidents turn south and it's official and there's major charges. Are you going to stick by your best friend Johnny then?
No, then I can't stick by him.
I would hope. I wanted to know that answer because I just for
There's
business.
a little bit of reality left in that brain.
No, here's the truth. If the charges alleged and he's given me his word to a man that these are going to be dismissed and nothing happened, and he's given me no reason to doubt him yet. He's a straight shooter, that Johnny Football.
Except for leaving you high and dry like 17 times. But yeah.
So if those turn out to be true, he'll have to be dead to me. I can't deal with that. Is there a part of me that's like, oh, I may be hooking my anchor to, somebody who's going to sink me? Again, you're just going to go with what's in your gut. So we'll see. Maybe he blows me off for Bieber. I don't know.
This is a big time test of the Portnoy judge of character here.
It's
like if you're wrong on this one, that's a blow to your makeup as a man.
Right. And it's just sad because I always thought, Dave, the one thing I always respected out of you was you were a guy who didn't take shit from people, and when they disrespected you or didn't live up to their word, you threw them off and you said, fuck you, that's it, I'm done. I'm going to stand up to, those kind of people who big league me in this world. Johnny has done that to you time and time again, and you're a little lapdog running back to him. That's sad.
No,
it's sad.
No.
Because
here's the difference.
You for it before.
Here's the difference. If he was still the QB of the Browns and he was a starter and he's like, let's hang out, I'd be like, I'm good. I'm all set. The man is hurting. The man is hurting. He needs a friend. I'm not going to be Drew Rosenhaus. I'm not going to drop him. I'm not going to be a sponsor and drop him. I was there through the good. I'm going to be there through the bad.
The good.
That's the difference. So he needs me. It's
good.
Not like, oh, he's doing all this stuff. I'm going to be there. I'm always there for my guys. I'm not one. Where you got me wrong, Dan, is when you're sinking, when you think you've hit rock bottom and you turn around, there's nobody left. That's when I'm there.
Right.
That's when this guy's.
Here's the difference: is
I'm going to pick you up. I'm going to pick you up, and we're going to fucking do this thing together.
But Dave, the difference is you weren't there for the good because you've never met him because he keeps blowing you off. You're pretending like you know this guy for your life. I'd understand if you're sticking by a true friend's back and you're like, you know what? This guy, he and I have been through a lot, and I'm going to stick by my friend's back. The guy treated you like dog shit. He has no friends left. He comes to you, and you're like, "Oh, Johnny, I love you, Johnny. I got you back, bro."
I did not use that voice. I said, Johnny, you've made mistakes, including blowing me off. That was a mistake. But you need somebody. You need a rock. You need somebody that you can lean on, someone you can cry to, somebody you can tell your deepest, darkest secrets, somebody to get you back on the path of redemption. And I'm that guy.
All I know is we're all gonna look like such fucking assholes if all these allegations come out. And we're sitting here laughing our ass.
Such assholes.
I am gonna do more due diligence, and he's gonna have to look me in these baby blues and be like, "I'm telling you," and explain to me how it didn't happen. Because I agree, you can't be hitting women. I couldn't be more about that. But he's telling me alleged. All the charges are gonna be dropped. You don't think it's suspicious the way this went down? So we'll see. I hope I'm right. I hope I'm right, because you guys are right. If he's lying to me, and it turns out the charges are true, I'm not going to be able to go to Bieber with him.
Does
the fact that even was like a sentence that had to be said out loud is unbelievable.
does Johnny think he's going to get another chance in the league?
I don't know. We don't tell that to the non-believers quite yet, Dan.
No. Tell it like, is he like, man, like I got this. You know, the Cowboys are online too.
Also, we haven't talked about that. We've just talked about
take one step at a time.
You've just talked about Bieber.
Yeah,
just Bieber and doing events and things like that.
How late did Johnny text you?
It was all when that shit was going down. When he like posted the picture, he texted me. He's like, "Send me your number," and then we just had a good conversation and hashed out a bunch of stuff.
What a wild turn!
It's the rundown.
How was your lax experience?
I mean, it was an interesting game. I didn't watch too much. I played goalie. I didn't know I was going to do that. That was not the best experience because the guys a lax ball is rock solid, and they were throwing it or shooting it about 2 million miles per hour, and I had no pads on, and they were complaining that they didn't have the right sticks, so they didn't have total control. So, I mean, I was nervous. Let's just say that because they were throwing it so fast. I don't know that I could have gotten out of the way if I wanted to. So
who in the world would choose to be a lacrosse goalie? That's the worst fucking job in the goddamn world.
It's got to be the fat kids that want to play lacrosse.
Has to be. Right? Yeah.
The fact that they don't wear pads is so stupid. They do an indoor goalie. I don't know why. I asked one kid. I saw an ex-Hopkinton goalie. He's like, because we want to be able to move around. Yeah, but if both goalies have to wear pads, you're equally disabled basically. And they can't, like, I'm going to have a bruise on my thigh that's still coming in and progressing. My whole leg's going to turn black. So, all right, that's the rundown. I'm sorry that you hate Johnny that much.
I don't hate him. I think I hate that he's made you this sad figure. Like, I respected you as a man, and now I don't know if I can anymore.
So when you look at sad figures right now, you think I'm sadder than Johnny?
Yeah, I would say it's a toss-up. The guy who's
Johnny's super sad, and you're the dude who's like dying to hang out with him. So
yeah,
you're sad.
No,
right.
You guys have it twisted. I was dying to hang out with him, like at the draft. I'm dying to be the guy who resurrects his career.
It's just sad.
When they look back on the history books and they do 30 for 30 for Johnny football, it's going to be all down, down, down. And then they're going to be like, this one man, this Dave Portnoy, stood by him. And then it's going to be all uphill. And then we're going to be partying. It's going to be healthy partying. It's going to be great. And you guys, well, I don't know about you, Kevin. Dan, you certainly won't be invited.
No, I don't. Well, first of all, I don't think that party scenario, that's not happening.
Well, when I'm done with him, it may.
Johnny's not going to be playing in the NFL anymore, Dave.
I disagree.
You think someone's going to give him a shot?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. All right. I mean, this is Twitter stock all over again. You're buying all your two biggest investments in life are Twitter and Johnny Football.
And sadly though, Dan, us. So we're lumped in there too.
We've actually returned on our investment here.
I hope.
These guys and we're the least respected of the three.
Unbelievable.
We're not taping either, so use your feed.
You forgot to hit
tape? Are you serious?
Yeah. But it doesn't matter. We have the other one, right?
Yo. All right. No. Okay. we have to come up with like an actual policy, like a punishment policy here.
How do you forget, Dave? How do you forget?
Did you remind me? Do you see the signs?
But like, don't you have your sticky notes everywhere?
I have two sticky notes.
Yo, I don't want to hear it next time I post a picture we're not allowed to post because you keep fucking this up. That's the same thing.
Ooh, that's a good point, Dave.
No, it isn't.
Yeah, it is.
You can tell it's a good point because you just mumbled it like, no, it isn't.
Holy shit.